Homes have been selling quickly and real estate prices have been soaring, especially here in Austin. I want to take a look at 5 factors that help reveal where the Austin real estate market is headed. Let's check them out. I'm Troy Schlicker, broker and owner of Reserve Realty here in Austin, Texas. I appreciate you checking out the video and would love it if you'd subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when new videos hit. The real estate market over the last year can be boiled down to one thing: supply and demand. There's been an increased demand in home purchases, but there's been a lack of supply of available properties. This has caused prices to soar. What are some indicators that will let us know where the market's headed in the rest of 2021 and beyond? Well, let's look at those 5 indicators now. The first factor we want to take a look at is the historically low interest rates. While interest rates have remained below historical levels for the last couple of years, they hit rock bottom about a year ago to a low of 2.8% on a 30-year fixed loan. While they've creeped up a little bit since then, they still have been in the mid to low 3s, which allows people more purchasing power that help them buy a home. While this has been a driving factor in creating demand for housing, we do expect interest rates to rise towards the end of 2021, potentially up to 3.5%, and even over 4% by the end of 2022. This is based off the Federal Reserve mentioning that they're planning rate hikes to help curb inflation concerns. What would a rise in interest rates mean for you and the Austin housing market? While a slight uptick in rates will impact a buyer's purchasing power because they won't be able to afford quite as much home for the same price, it shouldn't have a lasting impact on the market because rates are still at such historic lows that they will continue to be a driving factor, fueling the market for continued growth and expansion. The second factor is rising home prices. While the rising home prices have led some to wonder if we're in the midst of a real estate bubble, that's highly unlikely given the fact that we still see low inventory levels and high demand. Also, most homeowners have more equity in their home than they've had in the past, meaning that even a small downturn in home prices wouldn't lead to mass foreclosures. Because of that, the housing market and housing prices remain strong. It's also important to realize that the sharp increase in home prices have priced some buyers out of the market due to their affordability. What does this mean for you? With the fact that most experts expect home prices to continue to rise, albeit at a slower clip than they have in the past year, now may be the right time to purchase for a long-term investment, knowing that prices will likely continue to rise for the next couple of years. The third factor is that single-family home sales will remain robust. Here, it's a good time to mention that looking at statistics month to month or from last year can be a bit tricky since, with COVID and shutdowns around the country, those numbers and statistics are a bit skewed from what you'd normally see in a year. In May 2021, we saw a small dip from previous months in 2021 in home sales, but a significant increase over the same period last year. A lot of that can be contributed to the unique buying patterns and selling patterns of homeowners in the last 12 to 18 months. All that being said, home sales should continue to be at some of their highest levels of all times, meaning that if you're looking to buy or sell right now, it would be a good time to get in, as the market should be active with people both looking to buy and sell. The fourth factor is the lack of inventory in the market, causing constraints on the real estate market as a whole. This is probably the factor that's had the largest influence on the market in general. Because of the low inventory levels, this has caused the rise in buyer demand to be met with multiple offer situations and people paying for homes well over list price or what the home was worth a year ago. While we hope to see some relief in this area with new construction and more sellers coming into the market due to higher home prices, we still don't see a balanced market coming anytime soon. This means that home prices will continue to rise and that the market will be challenging for buyers looking for homes. What does this mean for you? If you're thinking about selling, now could still be a great time to do that, as you won't have as much competition in the market. And if you're a buyer, you still need to be patient to find the right home, as well as making sure you win the offer when that home comes available. The final factor that should influence the real estate market here in Austin going forward is the slight tick in new home construction we expect to see. While it would seem like a no-brainer for builders to construct more homes due to the high demand, unfortunately, they have been limited by constraints both in price of materials and in labor costs. In fact, it's estimated that lumber is adding $35,000 to the average price of a home nationwide, meaning that we can expect to see low inventory levels going forward for the foreseeable future. All 5 of these factors point to an Austin real estate market that will continue to remain robust. While we don't expect prices to continue to soar at the pace they have for the last 6 to 12 months, we do expect a continued increase in home prices and hopefully an increase in inventory levels, easing some of that burden and making it easier for buyers looking to purchase homes. For those looking to sell, it can still be a great time to take advantage of the historically high real estate prices, providing that you have a plan for what to do once you do sell that home. If you have questions about buying or selling, reach out. We love to help answer questions that can help you make the right decision for you and your family. And if you want to learn more about the Austin real estate market, subscribe to the channel and you'll get notified when new videos hit.